Imagine waking up on a Monday morning. Your alarm rings. You check your phone, there are email writing messages from colleagues, family responsibility, bills, deadline, and decision. Before you have even left your bed, the outside world is already telling you what it needs from you. Your manager needs result, your family needs your attention. Social media tells you to become more successful. Society tells you what a good employee, partner, parent, or leader should look like. But there is one question we rarely stop to ask. What do I actually want? There is Emma, where start with yourself begins. The book is not mainly about starting a company, becoming famous, or copying Emma careers. It is about taking responsibility for the direction of your life. Her central message is simple. Before you try to change your job, business, relationships, or circumstances, you must understand and you lead yourself. Emma's starting point. Emma did not begin life with money, powerful contacts, or a carefully designed career plan. He grew up in East London as the eldest daughter of a working class single mother. She helped care for her younger sister and began working at a young age. He has also spoken openly about having severe dyslexia, struggling within the traditional education system. Her elderly life didn't appear to offer an obvious path into global business. Yet, she eventually became the co-founder and CEO of Good American, a founding partner of SKIMS, and a business leader involved with several other companies and non-profit organizations. From the outside, this may look like an extraordinary success story, but Emma wants us to understand what happened before the success became visible. She worked in ordinary job. He started near the bottom of the fashion industry. She completed unglamorous tasks, learned how the industry operated, and built relationships over many years. Her story challenges the popular idea of overnight success. What looks sudden from the outside is often the result of years of invisible work. Key misses. Don't compare the beginning of your journey with someone else's public success. Decide what success means to you. One of the biggest problems Emma identifies is that many people chase a version of success they never consciously choose. A person may pursue a promotion because promotions are supposed to represent progress. Someone may buy a larger home because that is what successful people appear to do. A parent may try to attention every event, prepare everything perfectly, and never ask for help because society presents that as a good parenting. But what happens when the life you build does not feel like your own? Emma argues that successful must be personally defined. For one person, success may mean building a large company. For another, it may mean financial stability, creative freedom, meaningful work, a peaceful family life, or the ability to choose how they spend their time. There is no single correct definition. The important thing is to be honest, ask yourself, what kind of life am I trying to build? What matters deeply to me? What am I prepared to work for? What am I not willing to sacrifice? Until those questions are answered, it's easy to become busy without moving in a meaningful direction. Key message: a successful life is not simply an impressive life, it is a life that reflects your real priorities. Replace own thought. Emma describes many limiting beliefs as old thought These are ideas that have been repeated so often they begin to sound like permanent rules. For example, wanting money makes you greedy. Ambitious, ambitious women are difficult. A good parent must always put themselves last. A leader must know everything. Failure means you are not capable. Confidence must come before action. Emma asks readers to examine these assumptions instead of automatically obeying them. Some beliefs may have come from childhood, others may come from our workplace, community, culture, or gender expectations. A belief can feel true simply because we have carried it for a long time. The first step is to notice it. The second step is to ask, is this belief helping me? Is it based on evidence? Did I choose it? Or did I inherit it? What would happen if I replaced it with a more useful thought? For example, an old thought may say, I need to feel confident before I begin. A new thought can say, confidence can grow after I begin. Another old thought may say, asking for help show weakness. A new thought can say, strong people know when collaboration is necessary. Key message: need every thought in your mind deserves authority over your life. Stop hiding your ambition. Many people have ambitions, but they often or soften them when speaking to others. They say, I would not mind getting promoted. It might be nice to start something from my own. I am not really interested in money, but Emma calls attention to this kind of hidden or apologetic ambition. She specially challenged the pressure placed on women to appear capable without looking too powerful, successful without appearing too ambitious, and hardworking without making others uncomfortable. Her message is not that everyone must want wealth, status, or relationships. Her message is that people should be honest about what they want. Wanting to earn more money does not automatically make some selfish. Wanting influence does not automatically make someone arrogant. Wanting a demand career does not mean a person careless about family. The real danger is pretending not to want something and then feeling frustrated when it never happens. Key message: you can't build an honest plan around a desire you are afraid to admit. Begin before you feel ready. Many people wait for a perfect moment. They wait until they have more experience. They wait until the economy improves. They wait until the children are older. They wait until they feel completely confident. But complete readiness rarely arrives. Emma's approach is to remain in motion. Take the meeting, apply for the position, learn the unfamiliar skill, test the idea, begin the conversation. This does not mean acting carelessly. It means understanding that someone's knowledge can only be gained through experience. Think about learning to drive. You can read the manual, you can watch videos, you can listen to an instructor, but eventually you must sit in driver's seats. Action creates information. Once you begin, you discover what works, what needs improvement, and you what you must learn next. Key message: you don't need confidence to take the first step. Sometimes the first step is what creates confidence. Accept that progress is uncomfortable. Growth is often presented as a something exciting and inspiring. In reality, growth can feel awkward. It may involve rejection, embarrassment, uncertainty, or criticism. You may enter a room where everyone appears more experienced. You may lead people who disagree with you. You may make a decision without having a complete information. You may discover that a skill you thought you had is not yet strong enough. Emma does not promise that ambition will feel comfortable. Instead, you encourages reader to become more capable of moving through uncomfortable emotions. Fear does not always means stop. Guilt does not always means you have done something wrong. Discomfort does not always mean you have chosen the wrong path. Sometimes discomfort simply means you are doing something new. Key message: a difficult feeling can be acknowledged without allowing it to make every decision. Learn from failure without becoming defined by it. Failure is the part of Emma understanding of success. Not every idea works. Not every decision produces the expected results. Not every partnership lasts. The important question is not whether you will experience failure. The question is what you will do afterwards. Some people avoid accountability. They blame the market, their colleagues, their family, or bad luck. Other people move to the opposite extreme. They turn one mistake into a permanent judgment about themselves. Emma encourages a more balanced response. Take responsibility for what you could have done differently. Study what happened, make the necessary correction, then forgive yourself enough to continue. Accountability says, I made a poor decision, I need to learn from it. Shame says, I made a poor decision, so I must be a failure. The first response creates growth, the second creates paralysis. Key message: your mistake should become information, not your identity. Know your strength, but don't pretend to know everything. Emma says, the popular image of the completely self made person, which rejects. No major achievement is created entirely alone. Business requires employees, customers, partners, advisors, specialists, and families often depends on relatives, friends, teachers, careers, community, and support. MI approaches is to understand her strongest abilities while also recognizing the areas where other people have greater experience. This is not weakness, it is a practical leadership. Imagine a message from a manager who pretends to understand every technical detail. The team quickly becomes afraid to offer better ideas. Now imagine manager who says, this is the outcome we need, you understand these areas better than I do. Tell me what you recommend. The second manager does not lose authority. They create trust and improve the quality of the decision. Starting with yourself does not mean doing everything yourself. It means understanding yourself well enough to know where you add value and where support is necessary. Key message: self awareness includes knowing both your strength and your limit. Understanding money. Emma speaks directly about money because financial knowledge affects independence and power. Many people, especially women, have been encouraged to avoid discussing money openly. They may feel uncomfortable negotiating a salary, starting company finances, starting prices, or admitting that wealth is not one of their goals. Emma challenges this discomfort. You don't need to become an accountant. But if you are leading a company, managing a household, or planning your future, you need to understand the number that you shape your decision. What do you earn? What do you spend? What is your time out? What value are you creating? What financial risk are you taking? What financial future are you building? Money is not the only measure of success, but refusing to understand money does not protect you. It can make you dependent on people who do understand it. Key message: financial knowledge gives you more control over your choices, choice priorities, and accept trade offs. Modern culture often tells us that we can have everything at the same time: a perfect career, perfect relationship, perfect health, a perfect home, perfect children, a full social life, and enough rest. Emma often a less comforting but more honest message. Every meaningful choice involves a trade off. Saying yes to one opportunity may require saying no to another. Building a company may reduce your free time. During a certain period, prioritizing family may mean delaying a professional goal. Protecting your health may mean refusing a project that would increase your income. The purpose is not to suffer unnecessary. The purpose is to choose your sacrifice consciously. There is a major difference between losing something accidentally and giving it up because another goal matters more. A European professional, an American entrepreneur, and a British working parents may have different expectations around work and life, but the question remains the same: what deserves your energy? And during this season of your life, key message: you can't prioritize everything. A real priority is something you are prepared to choose over something else. Let go of perfection. Perfectionism can look like high standard, but it often operates as fear. A person keeps improving or presenting because they are afraid of being judged. Someone delays launching a business because the product is not flawless. A parent exhausted themselves trying to meet every expectation because they fear appearing careless. Emma challenge the belief that a successful person must do everything perfectly. Her own approach to work and motherhood is directly sometimes controversial. He argues that people should stop performing a role according to society's expectations and decide what meaningful participation look like for them. This does not mean ignoring responsibility. It means separating real responsibility from unnecessary performance. Your children may need attention, security, and love. That doesn't necessarily mean every launch must look like a social media photograph. Your team needs leadership. That doesn't mean you must answer every message immediately. Your business needs quality. That doesn't mean you must wait forever before realizing something useful. Key message: doing what matters well is more valuable than trying to do everything perfectly. Build relationship through real contribution. Emma career was not built through individual effort alone. Relationship, partnership, and collaboration played an important role. However, useful relationships are not created simply by attending impressive events or collecting contacts. Strong professional relationships are useful based on contribution. What problem can you help solve? What expertise can you bring? Can people trust you to complete what you promised? Do you support others only when you need something? Or do you contribute consistently? Networking becomes more meaningful when we stop asking only, what can this person do for me? And being asking, what can we create or accomplish together? Key message: the strong The strongest network is not the longest contact list. It is a community of people who recognize one another well, make decisions, and keep moving. People often lose time because they lack opportunity, but because they remain trapped between options, they analyze every possible outcomes. They ask more people for advice. They wait for certainty. But many decisions don't come with certainty. Emma philosophy encourages people to get gather the necessary information, make the best decision available, and move forward. A decision can sometimes be adjusted later. Time spent endlessly avoiding a decision cannot always be recovered. Good decision making does not mean being correct every time. It means being willing to choose, observe the result, and make correct when necessary. Key message: a thoughtful decision followed by action is often more useful than a perfect decision that is never made. Success is a system, not a motivational moment. A motivational speech may make us useful, powerful for an hour, but a powerful feeling is not a life strategy. Emma message is built around repeated choices. Clarify what you want, identify the thoughts holding you back, understand your strength, learn what you want, don't know. Take action before you full, feel completely ready. Accept discomfort, build the right relationships, study the results, adjust your direction, then repeat the process. Success is not a one dramatic moment. It is a system of thinking and acting. The same system can be used by a founder in California, a manager in London, a student in Berlin, a freelancer in Paris, or a parent planning a new stage of life. The goal may differ. The process of self leadership remains similar. Lasting progress comes from repeated choice, not a single burst of motivation. The main lesson of the book. The title starts with yourself could sound selfish, but Emma's argument is not that we should ignore other people. It is that we can not lead, serve, create, contribute, and effectively when we have no clear understanding of ourselves. Starting with yourself means taking responsibility for your choice, being honest about your ambitions, understanding your emotion without being controlled by them, recognizing where you need help, and defining success instead of allowing society to define it for you. It means moving from the passenger seats into driver's seats of your own life. Take a piece of paper and divide it into three sections. In first section, write what do I truly want. Don't write what sounds respectable. Write what is honest. In second section, write what thought is keeping me from moving. Perhaps it is I am too old, I am too young, I don't have the right background, I need everyone's approval, I cannot afford to fail. In third section, write what is one section I can take this week, not next year, not when everything becomes easier this week. Second, one application, arrange a one meeting, study one financial report, ask one difficult question, set one boundary, begin one small vacation of the idea. That is what starting with yourself look like in practice. Closing story. Thinking again about the Monday morning, we imagine at the beginning, the alarm still rings, the email still arrive, your responsibility have not disappeared, but something has changed. Instead of immediately allowing the world to decide what deserves your attention, you pause, you remember the life you are trying to build, you recognize the old thought that normally stops you. You make one conscious decision, then you take one step. That step may not look dramatic. Nobody may applaud. It may appear on social media, but it belongs to you. And meaningful change often begins exactly like that, not with a perfect opportunity, not with permission, not with complete confidence. It begins when you decide to start with yourself. Final takeaway: start with yourself teaches that meaningful success begins with self leadership. Know what you want, question the beliefs limiting you, stop apologizing for honest ambition, learn through action, accept trade offs, ask for help, understand money, recover from failure, take responsibility for the direction of your life. You don't have to become Emma. The real purpose of the book is to become more fully and intentionally yourself. Thank you.